Have you ever had a moment where you chop up a record, everything sounds great, you start sequencing this record, but one of the slices or one of the chops has a vocal or a certain instrument that is just annoying and you just gotta get it out? Just that one small chop. Well, stick around to this video because there is a really cool function with stem separation on the MPC that will help us with these type of situations. Now, stem separation is new to the MPC software. It will be out in standalone very soon, but right now we are using it in the software version, which is great. And one thing about this stem separation that separates it apart from anything else that I've used has been the fact that you get to not just strip away certain elements of a record, but you could adjust the volume of certain elements. There's times where I might want to keep the vocals, but I just want to lower it down a bit because it's just popping out a little too much when I'm trying to do my mix. Now, these are some of the challenges that I would run into. I would listen to a record, I like this certain loop right there, I would record it into my MPC, chop it up, but sometimes at the end of a bar, there's this vocal that's about to come in, and it does not blend well with the sequence that I'm trying to recreate. So I would always feel like, man, there's just this small beat or this small chop that I have right here with the vocal. I don't want to get rid of everything else, it's just that one chop. Well, now with stem separation, I'm able to do my chops, sequence everything the way I want to, and after it's sequenced, if I want to go to a one pad or one chop, whatever you want to call it, I'm able to do stem separation on just that one slice. I don't have to go back and strip away the entire vocals from the sequence that I have, because let's face it, I don't want to do stem separation if I don't have to, because what happens with stem separation, it will create this certain artifact that it doesn't always sound good. So if I could get away with keeping the integrity of the whole entire sample as I'm chopping it up, but if there's just one beat or one chop that I had to strip away certain vocals, now I can do that. So I don't have to touch everything else. I could just do stem separation on that one slice. Now, how about this? Let's go ahead and demonstrate this. I have a record right here that we're gonna sample, and let's get it into the MPC and chop this up and see what we can do with these problems that may occur. Let's go ahead and get this part right here.
Tanto tiempo para...
All right, so we got the sample right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and chop this up just the way I would chop any other record. I'm gonna go and select my start point, my end point, and start manually chopping this. All right, so I went ahead and chopped this up like I would any other record. As you can listen, there is vocals, but it's not so distracting throughout the whole entire loop that I have selected right here. There's only a few beats that I might want to strip away. I'm not doing no stem separation right now. I'm keeping everything the way I would with any other record. I'm gonna go ahead and convert this into its own program. Go to our main page, and right here, I got it right here. Yo.
Tanto tiempo para mí.
Oh man, okay, this is gonna be awesome. So this is perfect. I love how this sounds. It's got like a dark tone to it. This sequence already sounds good right here. But notice that his voice on that chop is a little too annoying if I'm going to be repeating that. Right here is not too bad. Tanto tiempo right here is his voice is really sticking out to me. So I might want to strip out vocals on those two chops. Right here, this loop right here is great. I don't want to strip out vocals. So that's the thing. There's certain sections of this chopped up record that I have already worked for that I don't want to mess with the sound quality. I don't want to strip away the vocals of the entire section because, again, like I said in the beginning, it will create this artifacting that can either break your sample apart and is just unusable. But on some records, you're not trying to strip away the whole entire chops. You just want to strip away maybe one or two pads that you want to get rid of with vocals. Like, look at this. This is perfect up here.
Tanto tiempo, tanto tiempo.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Let me show you how I go about this, and this is awesome. I love the fact that we're able to do this after the fact that we have chopped up the record. I'm going to jump into my program editor, and being right here in my program editor, I'm on my samples tab, and right here we notice that we only have this main sample on this layers. So there's no separation. Now, if we want to do stem separation on an individual pad, we just select the pad. And once you select it, you'll see this small icon, which is like a music note and stems right across it. I'm gonna go ahead and select that. And once I have it selected, it's going to give me this pop-up window. I'm gonna leave everything the way it is. I'm gonna hit do it. What it's going to do is going to create stem separation just on that pad. So now, just this pad, you have everything, your bass, drums, other, and vocals. But if you go to the next pad, it doesn't have anything. It's just a sample. So that's telling us that only on this pad, we're able to do our stem separation mix. So now I can go to the vocals. Oh man, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the second pad. Let's start stripping away vocals from certain pads that we're gonna want to use in our sequence.
Tanto tiempo.
Now I'm gonna move a little faster, and I'm gonna go ahead and just select the ones that I want to do stem separation with. Now this is a really cool loop. But this fourth pad right here, the strings are a little too loud. So again, stem separation. If I go right here, I'm gonna strip this. There's no vocals there, so I don't have to take off the vocal channel, but the other channel where the strings are at. That's so cool, man. Come on, like I'm able to just lower them down. I don't want to get rid of them. So when I've messed with other stem separation softwares, they will strip away certain elements, but sometimes I don't want to get rid of it. I just want to lower it down a little bit. Same thing right here. I'm gonna lower down these strings right here. All right. Oh, and if you're part of the sample sharing program, make sure you download the sample chop programs that I will be providing for you at the end of this video. So if you're a channel member, make sure you check the community tab, load these samples up into your MPC and follow along. Now, as you see, it's so easy to go back and forth that as I'm developing the sequence, as I'm connecting with the sequence that I want to stick with, I'm going back and forth with stem separation. So I don't want to commit at the beginning when before I start chopping it up. I want to keep everything the way it's supposed to sound until I start just blending my sequence. I start messing with what chops I'm going to use, which ones I might not. Like this chop, I didn't even use that chop. So I'm just selecting. I'm getting connected with my sequence. Once I'm familiar with it, that's when I start stripping away things that I don't want to use. And if you see me moving around the MPC as I'm just having fun, because that's what it's about. Have fun with your instrument. Now, if you just picked up an MPC, especially the MPC 1 Plus, a quick reminder, I do have an MPC course where I go from start to finish. I explain the basics of the MPC workflow, especially for sample-based music production. I have so many modules, chapters of how to build your first beat on the MPC. So if this is something that you're struggling with, yes, you can go through YouTube videos, finding what you need to find. But if you want to skip all that searching, go ahead and pick up this course. I do offer payment plans. So if you want to start watching these videos today, you could go ahead and do so. Link down in the description. All right, now let me know down in the comments if you already tried stem separation, if this is something that you're looking into even jumping over the software to try it out, because I know a lot of people are like, nope, I'm not going to touch the software. I'm going to wait until it comes out in standalone. I got so many mixed thoughts on this. I was fully standalone, not want to touch the software. It would just intimidate me. So I would be like, nah, I don't got to get into that. I'm going to just be in standalone. But ever since the stem separation, diving into the software has been worth it. I just have so much fun being able to manipulate my samples, flip them around, or just remix them a bit with the volumes and levels. Now, if you want to watch more stem separation content, make sure you click the links that I have right here where I go through a stem separation a little bit more in detail. So if you want to go ahead and jump over to these videos, I'll catch you guys over there. Peace.